All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Hakadash, the wonders, apostles, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, glory, and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. Okay, I'm the brother Shaman from Great Millstone, St. Louis. Coming back, at you again, week in and week out. All right, just a quick hit on some updates of what they got going on in these wicked devices of Satan. All right, because the scriptures talk about basically how they kept back the labor of the hirelings by fraud, and that's exactly what we've become here in the U.S. So-called Black, Native American, and Latino people, and not just us, but Edomites as well. All right, because you got Edomites who are also pissed off at the system. All right, along with us. You got a lot of Edomites who are going to buck up against our own system, especially the ones out here where I'm at, Missouri and Illinois and Indiana and all these farm states and these little states where, it's kind of cut off from big areas of activity. I put it like that, out here in the what people consider the country, the flyover places. All right, but these people have been here for, hundreds of years. Of course, we know they stole it, but they've been here for hundreds of years. And this shit is affecting them. It's affecting their families. It's affecting, their output, and through the farming and through the production and through business and all that stuff. And best believe, there are some things in the work, because we know how Esau is, where they want to come and they want to buck up against their own system, all right? Because at the end of the day, their house is divided. No matter what they come out and say or what bill they agree on, that house is divided. The scriptures talk about a house that's divided cannot stand. Okay, but here's the newest stuff. You had this little stimulus bill come out. They're going to help out the airlines. They're going to help out. Put a couple more, and I believe. Let me double check, but I believe it's $2 trillion. That's what they were talking about, sending checks. But of course, the scriptures say what? Job 20:10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of, and that's exactly what this kind of stuff is, man. He's seeking to please the poor. All right, the people who power this country. Just like they pulled up an ad for truck driver, right? That's the people who power this country, and for the longest, because just like with every other corporate industry, the truck driving industry is full of a lot of bait and switch. It's full of a lot of scams. Basically Esau comes in and they legally trying to scam the people who run the miles and who do the actual work. What I'm saying? They the same is true with the truck drivers too. All right, and with the new system for truck drivers, basically all truckers, they have to register in, and they have to follow these strict guidelines for along with the mandates from the federal government. I'll put it like that. All right, because just like other different skilled laborers, you have to have a certain license to be able to operate a commercial vehicle. All right, and every so often you have to refresh that, otherwise you'll lose that license. All right. And so what they do is they put up guidelines, in order for you to, for your license to continue, you have to do this. So you have to sign up with this. You have to register with this. And I suspect that's one of the ways that they're going to slow down, this country and destroy this country. But, time will tell. Time will tell. All right. And they're talking about direct payments. If you make under 75,000 and under, you're gonna get a check for 1,200. All right, that's what they're saying. Student loan payments suspended, and then here's where the hitter, the real ID deadline delayed. All right, so they have a federal mandated ID that will be needed for passengers to board aircraft, and then not only that, they could extend that to going across the country, going state to state or whatever. They could easily. And what Esau would do is, rather than seeing that that's a bunch of bullshit and them still employing people and them still paying people what the job is worth. That's what they do is they start making cuts. They start pushing up their employees to work harder. These jobs, they'll lay you off at the drop of a dime, but if you quit the job, they want 2 weeks in advance. All right, and that's just the example of the fraud that they commit. All right, the scriptures talks about what the workman is worthy of his hire. It talks about you supposed to, when you do work, you're supposed to get paid before the sun goes down, and you got jobs that don't pay you to the next week, sometimes 2 weeks. Shit, sometimes I've heard brothers say 3 weeks. They have to wait 3 weeks for them to get a paycheck. All right, just it goes to show you how wicked and greedy this fucking devil is. All right, playing this bullshit ass game. All right, and especially with the truck driving industry, because truck drivers basically, they power the city. They got to go to the store, they bump the dock, they get the stuff off. They have to do inventory for that item or whatever. Basically they do a large portion of the work. And what these jobs are doing, because I drive myself, what these jobs are doing, they're starting to try to cut the wages, because they know, times like this, things are getting scarce, food is scarce, you need it. So you'll come in and you'll work for cheap. All right. And that's not just with us truck driving, but that's with all of the jobs. That's for all the jobs. People get laid off and they'll tell you, well, look, you can come back, but, because things are scarce, we might cut your hours to, from 40 to 25. We might cut this and that. And that's part of us, being under the rulership of America. Okay. Because when we do, and that proves this is not our rest, because when we do come up with businesses, we do come up with ideas, they steal them. All right. They stop you from getting a business license. They stop all of this stuff, man. This man has done so much shit just to stop Jake from continuing on. But, that's part of our blessing. We're the supplanter. Okay. And Lord willing, man, not just the supplanter, but the elect of the sons of Jacob. All right. Lord willing, I'll be one of those men. Okay. So that, it's money, and more money. And of course, the hospitals are going to get billions. All right. And Trump also mentioned that they want to do a new system for healthcare. That's another thing, too. They want to do a new system for healthcare. And brothers have been sharing a video where they're talking about basically, if you don't get this vaccine, they want to set up a situation where if you don't get the chip, which means you don't have the disease or something, you don't want to get the vaccine, basically you're going to get shipped off to an internment camp, or you're going to be, locked up, or whatever the case is going to be. Just like the scriptures say. All right, just like the scriptures say. So it's a deadly combination and a deadly setup. This ultimately, what's interesting is this is the Most High's chessboard, and he's giving us, 10 moves ahead for what Esau is going to do. So we kind of know based on the scriptures, the direction he's going, and we see the little moves play out, and we can see it, and we spiritually prepare for it, and that's the real preparation, because ultimately the Most High is gonna bless you. Of course you have to take action, you have to take the initiative, but the Most High will have His energy, aligned with you. He'll have things lined up, so when you do take action, it'll come with success. And that's ultimately what we mean by the Most High has our back. All right, because ultimately you can't sit in the basement and just chill, not watch the news. I know the Most High is going to take this place down. The scriptures say watch as well as pray. So you got to constantly be watching. You got to constantly be praying. You got to constantly be trying to connect in, with the brotherhood. You got to constantly be doing all those things. Okay. And that's why it says, Job 20:6, what? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. And I just saw them doing fighter jet drills today, throughout the skies of St. Louis. It said what? Yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? That's right. And all of this wicked ass shit, he's doing, even helping the poor, ultimately it's going to betray him. All right. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spirit and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asp within him, and that's poison. Asp is a serpent, gall is poison. Okay. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. There you go. So all that shit is he's gonna have to turn over. Okay. So hey, call Allah Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Just a quick update, on this damn devil. Brothers, continue to watch, continue to pray. You know what I'm saying? If the check comes and it's cash, you can go to your bank or something. You can utilize it. Maybe have something stored up for situations, because brothers have been saying, well, look, gold and silver, that's not gonna do anything, for the missiles, which that is true. I'm saying the gold and silver, that's not gonna save you, but if you can have a little use, the knowledge in all these moves that we can see 10 steps ahead from. Just like a brother was going into, why not use that to be a little more comfortable, maybe have a little more things which will give you a more leisure time and the opportunity to study the scriptures, just like now brothers have a lot of leisure, so it's a lot of videos and stuff still going up as it should be. All right, so it's just using wisdom, man. It's just using wisdom. All right, because one thing the apostles taught us, there are levels to intelligence. You got the parrot, the monkey, and then you got that dragon. These dragons of Esau, they're taking advantage of all the low stocks. They're taking advantage of the dip in silver and gold. They're buying all that shit up because they know if this ain't the end with this current little shit show they got going on now, the end is going to come very shortly. And they're trying to, get as comfortable and get as much as they can while chaos is in the air. All right. So meanwhile, Jake is, trying to steal up on 4 and 5 things of toilet paper. They operating in the thousands. Okay, so it's order out of chaos. That's how Esau operates. Okay, call hello, and I bet you, just like you had these senators that sold their stocks right before the shit popped off, you're gonna have people who buy up a whole bunch of shit now, and when shit pops off again, they'll be able to buy low and sell high. All right, that's just a part of being an intelligent man. You had a lot of men of the Lord in the past who were merchants. Okay, and the scriptures goes over that. So call hello Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, edifying, Shalom.